Hello everybody and welcome to the Showcase, where we take a look at articles on Wookieepedia, the Star Wars wiki. Today on the Showcase we take a look at Peet, Deretalia, so let's get started. Quote, "Do you think you could give me a hand?" Peet Deretalia. "Of course, this is nothing. Just looks like the motivator disengaged. Theo Meltza and Peet Deretalia." Peet Deretalia was a human who worked as a technician for the Resistance ground crew. During Deretalia's service, she became affectionate toward X-Wing pilot Theo Meltza, but she was too timid to introduce herself. By 34 ABY, the astromech droid BB-8 enacted a scheme that introduced Deretalia to Meltza, with the two humans immediately bonded. Deretalia thanked BB-8 with an extra oil bath, and she sent a commendation of the droid to Commander Poe Dameron. Biography. Resistance technician. Quote, What are you doing? Hey, cut it out. Peet Deretalia is pestered by BB-8. Peet Deretalia was a human technician who served in the Resistance against the First Order. Working for the ground crew at the Resistance base on the planet Dakar, Deretalia serviced and maintained T-70 X-Wing starfighters and Resistance droids. During her time as a technician, Deretalia fell in love with Resistance pilot Theo Meltza. Likewise, Meltza had feelings for Deretalia, but they were both too shy to introduce themselves. By 34 ABY, the astromech droid BB-8 took notice of Deretalia and Meltza's mutual feelings, so the droid formed a plan to introduce them. BB-8 sabotaged Meltza's X-Wing starfighter and approached Deretalia, halting her work by repeatedly bumping into her. Deretalia quickly grew irritated of BB-8's antics and told the droid to stop, but the droid continued, knocking her off balance and causing her to fall into Meltza. Meeting Meltza. Quote, I'm sorry? Theo Meltza. "I'm sorry, Theo. This droid is being difficult." Peet Deretalia meets Theo Meltza. Deretalia and Meltza immediately bonded, and the pilot introduced himself, asking Deretalia if she could repair his ship. Deretalia cheerfully obliged, and she invited Meltza to get a meal, stating that she knew the chef in the mess hall. Meltza accepted her offer, and before the two left, Deretalia thanked BB-8 with a kiss. Hand in hand, Deretalia and Meltza departed for the mess hall. Later, Deretalia spoiled BB-8 with an extra oil bath, and she sent a note to Commander Poe Dameron, praising BB-8's wisdom. In the note, Deretalia also expressed concern for Meltza's safety, and she requested that Dameron watch over him. Dameron eventually included a copy of the note in his flight log, which he compiled after the Battle of Starkiller Base in 34 ABY. Personality and traits. Quote, "There. See? Good as new. Thank you so much. You are wonderful." "Oh, haha, it was nothing." Peet Deretalia and Theo Meltza. Deretalia had black hair, green eyes, and dark skin. She had affectionate feelings for Meltza, but she was too shy and bashful to introduce herself. When Deretalia's work was disrupted by BB-8, she was annoyed, but she became grateful once she understood the droid's plan. Deretalia worried for Meltza every time he entered his X-Wing, and she voiced her concerns to Dameron. Her favorite droid was BB-8, whom she regularly spoiled with oil baths. Skills and abilities. Quote, anytime you want me to look over your ship, make sure no more parts are falling off. I can always help." Peet Deretalia to Theo Meltza. As a technician, Deretalia performed maintenance tasks on T-70 X-Wing starfighters, and she was also responsible for servicing Resistance droids. When Meltza's X-Wing motivator was sabotaged by BB-8, Deretalia was easily able to repair the ship. Equipment. Quote, "Commander Dameron, I hope you don't mind, but I spoiled BB-8 with an extra lubrication bath today." An excerpt of Peet Deretalia's note to Poe Dameron. Deretalia wore brown gloves, brown boots, and green overalls over a dark green shirt. When working on Resistance starfighters, Deretalia carried a toolbox containing an assortment of devices. As a technician for Resistance droid pool, Deretalia had access to oil baths. Behind the scenes. Quote, "Everyone's picking up Poe Dameron 1 today, right? There may be a Star Wars Minute Easter egg in my story. Chris Ilopoulos teases the appearance of Peet Deretalia. Peet Deretalia first appeared in Sabotage, a comic story created by Chris Illopoulos and Jordi Belair. The story was published in the first issue of the Star Wars Poe Dameron comic book series, which was released by Marvel Comics on April 6, 2016. The name Peet Deretalia is a Tuckerization of Pete the Retailer, a co-host of the Star Wars Minute fan podcast. Thanks everyone for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and until next time, this is Spooky Willow signing off, and may the Force be with you.